What's going on, good people? Welcome back to another episode of Wayne Presents, sponsored by Promarketize. Don't just advertise. Promarketize. I'm your host, B. Wayne. I'm here today with Eve. EVE. What's going on, young lady?
Not much. How are you?
Doing very well. I appreciate you joining me. Are you enjoying your week so far?
I am. So far, it's been good.
I'm glad to hear it. Eve, where are you located and how old are you?
I'm in Green South Carolina, and I'm 38.
38 years old, Green Sea, and as you explained to me, Green Sea is out near Myrtle Beach, yeah?
That's correct.
Do you get to spend any time at the beach?
No, so I grew up here, so I don't go to the beach much. It's kind of overrated. It's overcrowded now, so I don't go much.
There are so many people that would be so disappointed in you for saying that.
I know, but I didn't realize how many people that has never been to a beach. So I'm cool with it. They can have it.
That believe me, they would take it because there are a lot of people I know that swear by, and I want that like I'm. There's something very peaceful and very tranquil, very restorative about being out there, listening to, smelling, and watching the water. So
Oh yeah.
I enjoy it. I'm actually going out there, like I said to you before. I'm gonna be heading out there on a little mini vacation.
A little
Um,
getaway. That's nice.
little getaway, little getaway.
hmm
Um,
Okay.
Eve, how long have you been single?
Ooh. So don't judge me. I have been single going on 4 years.
What's the thing? What's the thing now? We listen and we don't judge, right? And that the little
That's what they say. Hey,
okay. 4 years is not a long time. Not
okay,
to me.
good. Then I
Not to
don't
me.
feel bad.
Nah, you shouldn't. I believe me. I have been divorced now for about 20 years,
Okay,
right? So that's single. In that
okay,
time, I've been in one relationship for a 2 year period. That was approximately 8, 9 years ago.
okay.
Since then,
Nice.
I've dated, spent some time alone, just working on myself and purpose. Few situationships, which is another story for another day.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah. What have you noticed about the dating market, about the industry, the people, dating in general, that you didn't realize or that surprised you the most?
Um. So these days, dating is different now. A lot of a lot of people. I'm not going to just say guys, but a lot of people in general don't want to commit. So I think that's one of the biggest issues. Um, and a lot of them come from broken homes, and I think that's another big problem. And then like me, like my kids and stuff, my kids are older. I've ran into some guys that don't even have kids. And I'm like, I'm older, so I'm not having no more kids. So, things like that is an issue. A lot of guys that I've run into also, they have mental issues. So
Wow, do tell. Do tell. What do you mean they have
they
mental
have
issues?
they have mental issue. They're angry. There's a lot of angry guys out here, especially with me trying to date, in my age group. So those guys, they're angry. I don't know if it's baby mama issues or mama issues, or I don't know. I guess they had a long walk through their relationship journeys. So then now here I am trying to date these men, and they are broken, and I can't fix them, of course. So
Mm. Now that's interesting because I talk a lot about, during my time of dating and the women I've come across and a lot of them being broken and a lot of them not, they shouldn't even be on the dating market. But I hadn't really heard it from the other perspective. So
hmm
guys are pretty much the same way. We're all dealing with the same type of stuff.
that's correct. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. And it's sad.
So, so what do you think is one of the main causes? What is the root cause or a contributing factor If everybody is running around, men and women, we all running around broken and hurt and wounded and angry and upset and frustrated and disappointed, but we're all looking for love. What do you think is the root cause? What's causing the pain?
Mm, Probably from past trauma. Um, because I know, and that's why I stay single. Because I'm like, I took the time to heal myself. A lot of people can't say that. So, um, a lot of people don't want to accept their mistakes, whatever they've done from their past. They're not trying to work on themselves. So then they ready to
Responsibility
jump
and
on the
accountability.
next. Yeah, so they're ready to jump on the next person that comes along. Then they get hurt by that person. So it's built up. It's building up, and nobody don't want to go to counseling. Nobody want to
Hmm.
get help. They just want to be out here just hurting each other. So
Check this out.
that's no good for nobody.
Check this out.
Yes.
Because I just put a post up today. Let me see if I can. I just put a post up. Now it's gonna make me log in on my iPad. I I just put a post up within the last few hours. Now, have you and I ever had, besides texting to set this up, have we ever like had any type of interaction? Have I ever shared anything with? I put a post up today that said I gotta find it. It said y'all, a lot of y'all need to take the time. You're gonna keep going through the same painful, broken relationships until you sit down, take the time to heal, the healing that you should have done 2 relationships and 3 situationships ago. And
Right.
I don't know if the bigger problem is how we're treating each other as people,
Hmm.
what we're allowing from others, and what situations we're bringing upon ourselves as people, or just simply us not sitting down and taking the time to heal and get our stuff together before we put ourselves back out there.
Right. Yep.
What are Go ahead.
So I had to stop myself when I was dating, because I was one of those people constantly in and out of relationships, doing the same things over and over and over, running to the same type of men. Um, and the last one, I had to stop. I was like, okay, let me figure out my issues, but a person has to be willing to accept that and be willing to change in order to fix themselves.
What Let's change the subject just a little bit. Let's because we're
Okay.
going. I want to be real, but I don't want people thinking that there is no hope, right? There's hope. There's good women out here. There's good dudes out here. There's healthy
Yeah.
men. There are kingdom men. Um, we just have to make sure that we're up to par ourselves so that we can attract the type of individual that we want and make sure that we are attracting the type of person that we want see ourselves with.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
let's talk about some of the things that make you happy. What do you like to do for
Mm.
fun? What are some of your hobbies, interests, passions?
So one of my biggest hobbies right now is gardening. So
Very
I like
nice.
being out. I like being outside. I like flowers. I don't like dead flowers, as people say. I don't like if you cut it. I don't want it. I rather give it to me in a flower pot
Right.
so I can grow it. So I like being outside. Then outside of that, I like do-it-yourself projects. Um, so then
Back back
my
to your back to your garden real quick. Are you only
uh
growing flowers? Are you not growing food at all?
no, so it's not. Oh, I thought I lost you for a minute. So no, it's not just flowers. I'm growing. I got fruits, vegetables, and some herbs because herbs are good for you. So I'm trying to eat healthy too on this journey while I'm
That's
doing
what
all
I'm
this
talking
good
about.
stuff.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so that is my positive. That's my thing right now, and that's my biggest thing right now. So
I
so
would love
yeah.
to have a garden. I love vegetables. I love fruit. I could eat, onions. Like I've literally eaten like what was it? Onions, tomatoes, and cucumber, right? And like
Okay.
vinegar dressing, like Italian dressing. It's real good.
Hmm.
I love
Yeah,
vegetables. So
that's
I would
really
love to
good
have a
for
garden.
you.
That'd be dope. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. So you said the garden, do it yourself projects. What else?
Um, like arts and crafts stuff. I was making t-shirts. That became a bit too much because I'm still trying to work too. So I'm working full time and trying to make shirts on the side. So that became too much. So I kind of pushed it to the side a little bit.
Okay. You had your own design, or you were just
No,
like
so
custom printing?
the customers were they would bring me
Okay.
their
Okay.
design.
Okay. But why not? Why not? And I'm not judging, but why not? What made you decide? Why not focus on that? You know what? I can hustle this and then maybe turn it into my own company and get out of my 9 to 5, or what you felt more comfortable with your 9 to 5, or t-shirts is not your passion. What made you decide that you didn't want to follow up on that and try to make a career out of it?
Okay, so this is my truth. So my ex is the one that helped me get started with doing the t-shirts. So I think that's where I kind of lost it at. So I stopped.
Are you passionate about t-shirts? Is that not something you can get back into on your own, or
I think I could do it on my own. I just when me and him was doing it, we did a lot more. So I guess then when he wasn't there, and then I tried to pick it back up, and I was just like,
it's not the same?
yeah.
Let's talk about guys. Now, what have you learned about yourself as far as the type of men that you like or the type of man you want since your singleness?
Mm.
Who's your ideal guy?
So my ideal guy would be a handyman, of course. I definitely need a handyman. He ain't gotta know everything, but he gotta be handy around the house, be able to fix some stuff, if not everything. Um,
That
the
rules me out
basic
right
stuff,
there.
because men,
Can't fix you nothing but a
I
sandwich.
mean,
I can't fix
don't be like that
nothing.
now. YouTube will
I
teach you
can't fix.
everything.
I can't
YouTube
fix
will
nothing.
show you a lot. I'm
I am
telling you.
sad and bad when it could. That is not my
I mean,
forte.
I feel like
I respect men. I
I
respect
know.
men and
I just
women
feel
that can build stuff and make stuff.
like
I respect it. He didn't make me that way. He just didn't. That ain't one of my things.
not nothing like at all. Like
Nah,
just a
nah.
little bit. Well,
I got a
okay, but
handyman.
if he can't, if he can't do like that's like far as fixing stuff around the house, at least be able to get in the yard with me,
Right.
gardening. Like,
Mm.
and I know a lot of people don't know a lot about gardening. Yeah, I'm learning too. So just basic things like that. Um, and they have to have a passion. But I don't want to feel like I'm forcing someone um to get out there in the garden with me or work around the house.
Right. Right.
Um, but outside of that, somebody that's good, a good communicator, because I run
Mm.
into guys like that too that can't even hold a conversation, which is one of my biggest pet peeves. Because I'm like, I'm not about to text you all day, like pick up on a call. So he got to be able to know how to communicate. Somebody that's romantic a little bit. You don't have to be all romantic, but just a little bit like dating. Want to get out and do stuff. I'm a homebody, so I'm cool with somebody that's a homebody. Chill, watch movies. You know, mm, it's not a whole lot. Like I think I'm a pretty simple person. Um,
What's your personality type? And
uh,
I don't mean the whole scale or spectrum, because I know there's a test you can take. I've never done it. I'm familiar with love languages. I'm not familiar with the whole personality type thing. What I'm asking is, if if I asked a good friend of yours or family member, who is she? Who is he? What's she like? What do you think they would say?
mm, so for the most part, I'm a little shy. I think a lot of people can pick that up about me. So I'm a little shy, but once I'm comfortable, I'm comfortable. I open up to people with no problem. Um, I don't know. I joke a lot. I play a lot. Uh, I care about my family, even though I feel like sometimes they don't care about me. So I'm a family person. Um, I don't know.
Let me
I
ask
think
you
I'm type.
this:
I can fix. Okay.
you when was your last date? When's the last time you went out?
My last date.
Has it been a
Mm,
while?
it's been a while.
How'd it
Been a
go?
while, maybe.
Well, it wasn't incredible apparently because you're here with me, so you're still
So
a, you're still available. But have you had like really bad dates since you started dating? Have things like going like horribly wrong?
yeah, I had some creepers. That was a little crazy. Um,
What's one of the your most memorable, interesting, or worst dating stories?
I went on this date with this one. Not the last one. Okay, the last one was okay, but the one before then, went on a date with the guy. I thought it was nice. We went to the restaurant, we sat down, we ate. Um, I could tell he was a little aggressive, but I wasn't too sure. But I was like, okay. But then, we got in the parking lot, we talked a little bit with her and stuff. He did lean in for a kiss, and I'm like, no, it was the first date, whatever. So I think I'm pretty sure he felt some kind of way. Um, so we parted ways. We said our good nights. So, but he still was like, all right, when you get home, let me know you made it, whatever. So I'm like, okay. So I did that. After I text him, hey, good night, I'm home, good night, whatever. Maybe an hour later, he texts me again. Hey, you want some company? No, like so no, I was like, I'm going to sleep. Like, no, like I'm good. So he's like, oh, you sure? He was like, you seem like you got a lot of stuff on your mind. And I'm like, no, I do not have anything on my mind. So he's like, well, I could, I'm not too far. I could just turn around. No. So, I mean, after that, I didn't really give him another chance. So I felt the way.
Sound like you may need to get them an order of protection.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, that's okay.
I didn't talk to him after that. That was the end of that one.
Yeah,
Say
that's
I
a little
went on.
stalkerish.
It was, yeah, and that's how I felt too. I was like, okay, he had something wrong. Something ain't right. Like,
Yeah.
even though it just wasn't right, so I just didn't. I didn't reach out anymore, and that
Do
was
you
it.
think do you think over the course, I know the difference between 10 years ago and dating now is like night and day. It's not even comparable. Do you feel, say, over the last 2 years, that the trajectory of dating has gotten better, stayed the same, or gotten worse?
It's worse now.
Even worse than it
Really.
was 2 years ago.
Mm, I'm gonna say yeah,
Okay. Why do you feel that
yeah.
way?
Um, because I see now. I think a lot of people got too many options, and they take advantage of that. Nobody's committing to anything anymore because it's. I guess it's too easy to cheat, meet up with somebody or whatever now.
Mm.
Do whatever, and then a lot of people are okay with being the side person. So that is a really big issue. Everybody's comfortable because mostly the independent women, they're okay with, oh, you married, but just hey, come pay my bills or whatever, and I'm good. And I see that a lot. And so I know I have attracted married men before, and that was their talk, like, hey, and I'm like, no, like that's an issue for me. So
What's the solution? Do you have any idea?
I
And
honestly
if
don't
you
know.
did, if you
I'm sick
do,
of this
trust
one.
me, we're gonna take your idea and we're gonna bottle it up and sell it and make billions.
I don't think it is one to be honest, because everything's just gonna get worse. Like it's just gonna get worse. It's like that's it. I feel like well, I ain't gonna speak negative. I'm not gonna be negative.
Be
Yeah,
truthful. Be truthful. It's my job to end us on a positive note. I just want you to be honest. Be real. What's on your mind?
I just think that this is it. Like that is what it's gonna be.
You
Because I
feel
know
like
back in the day, back in the day, like the older people, they cheated on each other, but nobody talked about it. Nobody knew it was secret. Or and it's not gonna get back to my wife. If we're gonna do this, and they felt the way. They was almost embarrassed by it, but like, hey, this is what I want to do, so I'm gonna do it. And it wasn't talked about. But now it's all open. Nobody, they don't care. Like it's oh yeah, I'm getting with her, and then the homeboy be like, oh yeah, well, I got that too. And there's a whole conversation about it, and nobody cares. And then this woman, she just out here all about in the streets, just doing whatever. She don't care as long as this one paying her bills, this one taking care of the house. Nobody cares. The guys are okay with it, and the females are okay with it. So then here I come, and this is why I don't have nobody. So I'm okay. I'm okay with staying in my little corner, minding my business. It is what it is. That's how I feel.
you know how I said I was gonna end things on a positive note?
Now you got to
I
come with
lied.
it. You say he's gonna be positive.
I lied.
Come on, you
I, I lied. It ain't because you're absolutely right. No, here's the truth. You're 100% correct. Um, but I know how to fix it. I know how to get back to doing things the right way. We have to, there has to be a standard on how we go about doing things, how we carry and conduct ourselves, how we look at things, how we see ourselves and one another, how we treat one another, the way that we perceive and the wisdom that we use to determine how we should move in certain situations. And it all brings me back to God and the kingdom and doing things in God's way. Because if you simply follow his rules and his commands, and not even more than just his commands, but if you live a life that's like, you know what, I serve God, so I got to carry and conduct myself in this way or that way. Like the things that God wants us to do are for our benefit because he understands, like a lot of people think, well, he's just up there setting rules. You need to do this and do that. He created the universe and then he created a way that the universe was going to work. And he's up there like, hey, listen, don't do that because if you do, it'll lead to this over here. You don't want that. You don't want no parts of that. Don't do this over here because if you do, it'll lead to this. Trust me, I know I created the system. You don't want no parts
Mm-hmm.
of that. Then you got to go back and figure out, you got to start over because you've been torn down and broken up. So it's just to me, just a way of governing ourselves, a way of thinking, a way of seeing things from a certain perspective. That's kingdom that keeps me uh, out of trouble and keeps me sane.
Okay.
So
That's good.
everybody needs something. If it ain't Jesus, then everybody needs something.
Yeah,
Um,
that is true.
you how old are your kids? You have older kids?
I have older kids. My oldest is
Okay.
19 and my
And you're
youngest is
done.
12.
Okay, and
And
you're
I'm
done.
done. I'm definitely
Okay.
done. Yes. Yes.
Are there dads or dad, plural or singular? I don't care, whatever. But do they have a father figure in their lives? Is there
So
anima?
they are around,
Okay,
but they're my oldest son. He don't interact with his dad much. He tries to, but his dad is a little different. So I don't know. Um, and my youngest, his dad is just now starting to,
good, good.
spend a little bit of time with him.
But no beef with you as far as you go. No drama. No
No, no,
mess. No. Okay, okay.
no.
Um, I wouldn't concern myself with how the dads. God can do anything. He can turn those situations around. So don't allow it to get to you. You know what I mean? And if not, then that's just that young man's path that he has to walk. My biological dad wasn't in my life. My dad, my stepdad, who I consider my dad, awesome though he is, he went through a process and he wasn't always awesome. And so,
Hmm.
but that was just a part of me becoming the man I'm meant to be. Just like your son's
Nice.
gonna have to go through a process to become the man he's meant to be, and some of that is gonna be created through pain, right? And disappointment.
Yes.
But that's okay, because the Bible says that all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord and who are the called according to his purpose. So it's all gonna work out. Um, last thing, last thing, Eve. If there was one thing that you would want people to know about you, something that encouraging words to the ladies, words to the fellas, to society, if there was one thing that you would want to say about you, something important to you, whatever it would be, what would that be?
Mm, so I'm with you on the keeping God first.
Mhm.
I was raised in church, so that is important to me. Um, and I feel like a lot of people need to get back to that, because I'm pretty sure a lot of us was raised in the church and grew up with some kind of spiritual side. So I feel like a lot of people has gotten away from that. Maybe because of the judgment in the church or, whatever, that made them get away from praying and, going to God or whatever. I just think that we need to all get back to that.
You got a testimony to share?
Not right now. I'll say that for another time.
I look forward to it. Thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank
Talk to you
you.
soon. All right.